we'll be started.
Last thing I have for you, Conor. At the end, you said that we can do the trilogy fight at 155 pounds, your terms. Does this mean 170 is done for you for good? Has this been a lesson for you?
Look, I want to get my abs back. I don't have abs at this weight. And I mean, I've been trying to get abs, and I'm like, fuck, I can't get abs even though I'm eating good. Sometimes I feel a bit of a fat belly. So, look, I'm going to go back down weight. I'm the 145 pound champion. The 155 pound is there. When I fight Nate again, it will be 155 pounds. It will be on my terms this time. I came up. I didn't make any excuses or any stipulations to try and get this win back. I had it exactly the way it was previous. I said 170. He got even bigger from the first fight. He was way bigger than the last time. So he, over that 5 months or whatever it was since the last fight, he grew. So I knew I was up against it, and I was thinking in my head, maybe this could be a mistake, but I said, fuck it, I train hard, be smart, learn from my mistakes, and go in confident, and that's what I done, and that's what we did, and I'm happy with it. But I believe if we do it again, it will be 155, maybe for the belt. Who knows what's next?
Hey, Conor, congratulations. First of all, I wonder, you knocked him down 3 times in the first 2 rounds. Any of those, did you feel he was bad enough to go after him and try to finish him on the ground? I know you called him to stand up.
Yeah, look, I cracked him. I dropped him three times. I think I dropped him. Yeah, I could have went in there and pressed, but I was patient. I learned that lesson. You know, he does this thing where he uses his range where he pulls, and then as the fight progresses, he steps in instead of. So when I anticipate that he's going to be far, he steps in close. That was one thing that flustered me in the first contest, because I was anticipating him to be far, and then he was here. So I anticipated that a bit better, and I was lighter with my shots and slapping him a bit. But I just had to be patient, not fall into my shots, not rush. I anticipated him to be there for the full 5 rounds, and he was. So the game plan worked, like my coach John Gavina's book, which is in stores now, Win or Learn. We learned this time, and that's it. I'm very grateful for it. I'm very happy with how it went.
What was the impact of the kicks early? You kicked a lot early in the fight, and what do you think that set up for you?
I tell you what, fuck leg kicks. My leg is in. Baits after them. I don't really throw leg kicks. I mean, I've thrown maybe 3 in my whole career. I've thrown about 3. Usually inside, if I'm fighting orthodox people, and people in the featherweight division, about 5'8", 5'7" even. And orthodox, it's a little bit more risky. But this time, you have to hit the legs on him. So we practice leg kicks. And I tell you what, he's got pretty good at checking them. He's not what he was. He's able to handle the leg kicks now. He's a lot more seasoned with them. So, but I just kept kicking. I'm sure it set up some of the shots that I landed. It took the mind. I didn't just headhunt. I hit the leg. I hit the body. I didn't overload on my shots, and I had some clean work in there tonight. I look forward to watching it back. When he stepped in a few times, I threw some elbows as well. I tell you what, man, his face was open up, and he's still just coming. He's still just coming at me. You've got to respect that. You've got to respect Nate and the style of fighting that he brings. How can you not?
And 2 other things, you lost once other in your career, and obviously this loss in UFC 196 hurt you a lot more. Why was it that this one had so much meaning? Was it just the significance of the fight?
I don't know, just the way it all went down, you know what I mean? I'm sitting back and looking at everyone. You know, I don't care what anyone says. I helped bring this game to another level. They can deny that all they want, but I did. Like, look at Nate's purse tonight. Look at Nate's purse after the first fight. Look at everyone's game has gone up, money-wise, and I helped do that. So after that fight, when I lost, and I'm looking at all these people, and they're all celebrating my demise and saying I'm done and this, and it certainly lit a fire under my belly. Every single person doubted me. Every single fighter doubted me. Doubt me now.
And then lastly, I just wondered, are you willing to fight Aldo at 145?
I mean, how long was I going back and forth with Jose? That must have been a 2-year build-up. He pulled out last minute. I continued to fight someone else. Then we rescheduled a 2-year round-the-world deal with that boy, and then he stepped in and I beat him in 13 seconds. I mean, it's hard for me to get excited about that, especially after his last performance. It was a decision. It didn't seem like he didn't go out and get it. You know, he didn't go out and get it like I wanted him to get it. So I don't know. Look, we'll see. I'm the 145-pound champion. The interim 145-pound champion is a man that I KO'd in 13 seconds. I've got to figure out what's next. But right now, I don't know what's next. There's many things in the pipeline. So sit tight.
Conor, of course, when they were reading the scorecards, the one judge scored it as a draw. What was going through your mind as that was coming out? Were you sure that you had the fight won, or was there some concern?
I felt I won the fight. I felt 3-2 was a fair result. I mean, that first round, in my opinion, was a 10-8. I dropped them, and it was a handy round, that first one. So I would have given that first round a 10-8. But look, whatever they say. I won that fight, and I'm happy with it. My respect to the opponent. He's a hell of a competitor.
One more question. We have to get up to the house.
Okay, and Dana said on ESPN tonight that if you don't go back to 145 and fight Aldo, you have to be stripped of the belt. Is that something? How soon are you going to make a decision of doing that?
I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, how can they do that? If they want to do that, if they want to give my belt to the guy I KO'd in 13 seconds and bury that division in the prelims or the fight pass stuff, because that's what they're going to do. I mean, we'll see. How can they do that? What would that do to the division if the guy I KO'd in 13 seconds is the unified champion? So we've got a lot to talk about, but I'm in a beautiful position right now, and that was built through hard work, and I'm going to capitalise on that. Again, we'll see. There's a lot of stuff in the pipeline. Shit's about to hit the fan, I feel. So we'll see.
Success with the kicks and then striking with you. What was causing you trouble with that?
Like about a month out, I got some injuries. I hurt my knee and I wasn't able to do jiu-jitsu for ever since a month ago. And then about 2 weeks in, I was just sparring from when I hurt my knee. I was just boxing, I love boxing, trying to recover my knee. And then I got hit by my training partner, Alan Sanchez. He's a pro boxer. He's ranked number 10 or number 7 in the nation. I got hit in the rib, and it really tweaked me out of order. And I had to stop sparring about 2.5 weeks ago. So this was probably worse than the last fight. I was all I was pretty much doing for this fight was running and riding a bike and shadow boxing. But so I had some plans, and I had a lot of plans for this fight, but I had to kind of backtrack on those plans, protecting some injuries.
In the third round, you heard him. One of the judges scored a 10-8 for you. How did you turn the tide of the fight when he knocked you down 3 times in the first 2 rounds and was doing fairly well? What turned it around for you in the third round?
I knew he was going to have success earlier. I told myself again, don't turn it up till later in the rounds, because I was just like I suspected. I didn't die. He was going to slow down, and I was going to speed up. So I was letting him get his little things off and trying to make him do some stuff. And so I stepped on the gas in the third a little more than earlier.
Hey, what was the difference in Conor tonight from the first fight?
He was prepared to go the distance. He said he was going to come in and come forward and stomp me down or walk me down and put his same pressure and do the same things as usual. And I thought that was a little strategy to make me think that, and he was going to spread it out a little, and he did. He spread it out a little bit.
And as he was trying to keep you at bay from trying to take him down and do your jiu-jitsu too.
Yeah, he didn't want to go down to the floor, and You know, I didn't plan on going for it too. I feel like I was going for a takedown a little too much, more than I should have, and I wasn't necessarily going like drastically for it, but I feel like I should have done a little bit less of that, and a little more punching and working. Easy, but at the last minute he pulled it off and put the defense on. I was like, all right, you want to stay? We'll keep this ball rolling.
This was such a war. Obviously, there's probably going to be a trilogy, but I mean, when does that take place? About a year from now, and when do you think you could fight again?
Whenever they're ready to rock, dot it back down. But I'm not doing shit until we go for round 3. Won't be seeing me until then. And if they want to set it up as soon as possible, let's do it. But I don't think it's a very good business move for him to be taken to the other fights. And he's a businessman, so let's see what happens.
Nate, both of you are obviously interested in doing this again, but Conor was clear that he wanted you to come down to 155 for a third time. What are your thoughts about doing that?
I've been a lightweight the whole time. I think I walked into the cage tonight at probably 177, 76, 75 probably. Fuck, maybe lighter. I believe that. Yeah, hell yeah. That's why I wanted this fight so I could have a 6-pack. You know you want to get a picture with a 6-pack.
So if he wants it at 155, you're down for that too. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, either or.
Let me ask you about his takedown defense, because you got a takedown on him at near the end of the fight, but he was able to defend some other ones, and that's been kind of an open criticism about him, or maybe an unanswered question. From your grappling background, how did you gauge his takedown defense against what you were trying to accomplish?
I wasn't really pushing too hard for the takedown, you know. I was just in a position to enough. I don't want Jake and Gilwise to be like, why don't you dip this guy when you have the chance? But, you know, so I was giving a little attempts, but I don't sit there and work on the takedown that hard, because I usually go with the path of least resistance, you know. I'm like, we're here to ride by, we're here to go on a run, or we're here to lift weights, you know. I'm here for throw some punches rather than try to get a wrestling match.
Just one more, if I could. In the third round, of course, that was the 10-8 round one judge gave you on the scorecards. That also seemed to be where Conor's energy level and the power in his punches really dipped. I mean, from your read inside the cage, was that your gauge of it as well, that the starch had gone out of his punches at that point?
No, I think I just got warmed up, too. And usually about that time, he died out the last time that I picked up. So I was on and off the gas a little bit more after that mark, I think. You're talking like the second round, right? About the
end of the second.
End of the second, middle of the second. Yeah, probably about right there. I started stepping out a little harder.
Nate, congratulations on a great fight. Obviously, you know, you always put on memorable fights, and people have been talking about the fact that you're finally getting paid, you're finally getting your due. Even though you lost tonight, how good does that make you feel to be getting what you believe you've deserved for such a long time?
Still not enough.
Well, I mean, if you were to do this again, I would believe you'd make even more then. Would you say you needed to make the same amount as Conor? I know this isn't just about the money, but...
It's always going to be more than that. Always more. It's never going to be enough. Look at my face. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Some people got this face and they're in the back crying somewhere probably, you know? It's always going to be more. And until people start saying that and represent for that, I don't even know what you're doing this for. And if you don't think like that, you don't work hard enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I put it on the line, I could either have been here or I could have been, you know what I'm saying, a retired fighter coaching fighters, you know? So I think getting in here fighting is a good cause for causing a scene and spitting out what I feel I deserve. And if you're not spitting what you feel you deserve, if you're okay with it, then you don't work hard enough. And that's where I'm at, and that's why they're where they're at. Anybody.
And in terms of your injuries, obviously, you mentioned the ones that you had before the fight. We know that Conor's shin is very bad right now. Other than, what you just mentioned here with your face, are you feeling okay though? I mean, are you very badly hurt at all?
Hello, Sam. Yeah, I think he's going to the hospital, I think, and then I'm going to an after party. So. I'm going to the after party I like, come through, it's all good. And my brother's going to be there too. They let him in there. That's cool. Yeah, that's where I'm going. Keep the money. Thanks for letting my brother in. He wants to go to the party, huh? This motherfucker's ready.
Nate, you said before the fight that...
Hey, I thought Ariel Horney got fired. Who let you in there?
Surprise, surprise.
I'm just kidding.
You said before the fight that they better hope you don't win because a lot of change is coming. You didn't win officially. You thought you won. Is change still coming?
Oh, I won. Change is happening right now. Like I said, if you want to be successful in this business, and if you want to do good in this business, you don't have to follow the leader. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to say that somebody else is good, you got it wrong thinking. Look at Conor. What did Conor do for this fight? He did exactly what I told his ass to do. He hopped on a bike, the little amateur style. He didn't have no clips. He had no helmet. That's not how you ride, but he tried. And he hired all top 10 people to come in from wherever. I don't know where the gimpy ass boxers he had came from. And then that jiu-jitsu coach he's got, I'm going to get that motherfucker, man. That guy's on my hit list. This is America, and he's over there representing with them. And then he wants to try to look up at a press conference like he's hard. That's the reason that fool dog got rushed at the press conference too, is because they're brought in making it seem like we're the hardest shit in town. But I had too many people riders with me already. I'm like, you guys aren't coming, so that's why otherwise we had a good press conference. But they walked in like they were the shit to steal the show. And I don't know, I'm gonna get off topic, but fuck them. But what I was saying was, he followed the leader, man. He hired these people and did a good job. You know what I'm saying? But who taught you to do that? Your sensei here, man. It's like, follow the leader as far as the martial artist. Follow the leader as far as the businessman. Like, if you think that I'm tripping and just talking on my ass, then you're obviously not that bright. Because I've been supposed to be fired already 20 times from this organization. And look where I'm at now. Still doing my thing on the main cards, doing my thing. And I just hope Ariel Helwani don't get kicked out again, man. You know.
Thank you. Just another question for you, Nate. Just to be clear, no single fight out there other than Conor next that you're interested in. You will wait as long as possible. You will not fight again?
It's not that I'm waiting, but I don't need to do nothing.
Okay. And what exactly are you, just for the record, smoking?
This is True. It's True, the True company. It's a CBD. It helps with healing process and inflammation and stuff like that. So you want to get these for before or after the fight training and make your life a better place.
And then one last one.
CBD oil, if you don't know what that is.
A big part of this story has been which team is better, and unfortunately Chris lost to Artem earlier. What were your thoughts on how that fight played out?
I think it was his first fight in the UFC. This is a huge show. He went in there and fought a guy who's been in won the Ultimate Fighter or second place in Ultimate Fighter and had 20, 30 fights, and he's 30 years older than me and my brother and people like that I saw train hard out of the guy. So I think this is just a start for him, and I think he's gonna be more comfortable next time. And night went how the night went, but Artem didn't do much. What did he do? He just didn't get his ass whipped. That's all he did. So yeah, our team's better, and but you know, I think he can do great in the future.
Last question right here.
Nate, after the fight, you helped Conor up from the ground. Did you actually speak to him at all? Was that, I know you and your brother both, you know, obviously you're pretty fierce in competition, but you're always, you know, respectful afterwards. So, like, what was going through your mind? Or did you actually say anything to Conor at that point?
Yeah, the fight was over. We just fought 25 minutes. He tried, I tried to take each other out, and it didn't get done. And it's like, hey, man, until next time, it's all good. Until we're set to go again, it's all good. And what do you want to do? Keep kicking the guy way down. It's like, it's all good. The fight was over.
And obviously, your brother wasn't able to be in your corner tonight. He had to go through a lot this week. I mean, what were your thoughts on everything that went down with Nick? You know, not having him in your corner, he wasn't allowed to weigh-ins. I mean, what was going through your mind with all that? You know, obviously you wanted him there, but what was going through your mind with that?
He does good. He knew what his situation was, and he kind of stayed on my hair and just like left me alone. And then I talked to him, and he's like, oh, I think he's get. He just kind of told me he's gonna get back in the corner once we get it all figured out. And then I had these guys here for backup, so it's kind of a mess, man. It was really they should let him in. I don't know what to deal with that because I figure it's suspension's up, but and no, I didn't mess with me none, but it would have helped. It's always good to have Nick there, you know. Nick's the man.
Thanks, Nate. Thanks, everyone.